Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. Wreck-It Ralph is back on the big screen after 6 years as he and Vanellope go to the World Wide Web and come across a variety of websites, including a certain one owned by their corporate parent. What adventures await them? This is Ralph Breaks the Internet. I love the first Wreck-It Ralph as an imaginative take of the world inside of arcade games, and directors Rich Moore and Phil Johnston bring that creativity to the internet quite nicely. The various websites Ralph and Vanellope visit take their core concepts and expand on them, taking full advantage of this visual medium. One of the most delightful is a search engine KnowsMore, who has an out-of-control autocomplete function. The likes of eBay and Amazon are also brought to life, but never in a way that feels like we're watching a commercial. They instead use these locations to progress the story and develop the characters. The Oh My Disney scene is not just a cornucopia of Easter eggs for Disney fans, but does play a role in Vanellope's journey. And yes, the Disney Princess scene is hilarious. There's even an excellently choreographed and beautifully composed Alan Menken number. However, underneath the great humor and the incredibly animated set pieces, there's a poignant message about friendship. Ralph Breaks the Internet doesn't have Ralph and Vanellope repeating the same lessons from the first movie, and isn't even afraid of having them make impulsive and wrong decisions. However, their likability remains intact. It actually takes some unpredictable turns in the third act that allowed me to keep guessing where they were going with this. Overall, while I do admit having a preference for the first film, Ralph Breaks the Internet is an absolutely worthy sequel, and I'm sure it'll reward repeat viewings, as so much is going on in the background that there's no way to catch everything on the first watch. Oh, and by the way, be sure to stick through the credits for some extra treats. Thank you to the wonderfully talented team at Walt Disney Animation. You continue to impress with your animation and storytelling skills. Next up, the famous Archer is back on the screen with Taron Egerton playing the lead role of Robin Hood. I really like the character of Robin Hood, and we've certainly gotten our fair share of good movies over the years. Unfortunately, this new iteration lacks much personality. Egerton is a really good choice to play Robin of Locksley, but he's not given much direction, and his usual charisma and charm does not quite come through. There's one scene where he gives a rousing speech, which is the closest I truly got to having any sort of reaction to the movie. Even his chemistry with Maid Marian lacks the spark required. The movie is paced in an unusual way, which leads to a disappointingly dull experience, and I never got truly invested in him stealing from the rich to give to the poor. The filmmakers are certainly trying as they attempt to spice up the film with a bunch of action scenes, but they're edited in a very frenetic manner, with a lot of close-up shots that I found to be rather distracting. With its use of slow motion and other effects, this movie really wants to be a Guy Ritchie film. Nothing necessarily wrong with that, but the film ends up feeling like a rather generic action film. There is an attempt at political commentary, but only in small spurts. I will say Ben Mendelsohn really chews the scenery as the Sheriff of Nottingham, so there is some semblance of life whenever he appears on screen. There's something about either Prince John or the Sheriff of Nottingham where actors get excited about going over the top in these Robin Hood movies. Overall, I did not find that much to enjoy, which is a shame. There's a reason Robin Hood has continued to endear through the centuries, and this lacks the spirit that shows why. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.